Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do a TN wallet insert. You're going to need scissors. I use these fat quarters from Waverly and they're 18 by 21 inches. I use two of them, a pattern one and then just a black one. You're going to need a ruler, some type of cardstock, or I used a folder. And then this glue, it's called E600 Fabric Fuse. And this bond spray or glue spray, whatever you want to call it. I cut my fabric to measure my TN, but you guys should measure it to measure yours. And as you can see, it was 9.5 by 6.5. The overall measurement is going to be 6 by 4. I did the 9.5 for because I have to fold it over, like for the seam allowance. And then I just cut the fabric with my scissors, and I cut two pieces. I cut a black one and then a pattern one. And here I'm doing the piece that I'm gonna need to cover the fabric with, because I want it to be a little bit sturdy. So here are my two pieces, and then here's my fabric. I'm sorry, my cardstock that I used. I'm gonna use some spray adhesive and stick it on to the black material. Make sure that it's nice and smooth on the outside, and then wrap the fabric around. I also use some fabric spray, some adhesive spray to glue down the edges. As you can see there, just fold them down. Make sure they're nice and tight around the whole area. You don't have to use the cardstock or cardboard, but I like it to be a little bit strong and stiff. And then here I am measuring it to measure the same as the black, and then I just lay it on top of the one that has the black around it. I spray adhesive in the middle, and then around it I use the glue because I want it to be really nice and tight. Here I'm showing you how I did the card part of it. I fold up over, the piece that I used was 4.5 by, I think 4.5 by 2.5. So I fold it over. I put my card first so that I know how I want it to, when I put it in there, when I insert it. And then I just put a line underneath the card, because that's how far I want it to go down. Make sure that it's nice and straight. I wanted this side to be pretty flat, so I didn't do any like seams other than the one on the top of the card. And make sure you leave the card in there, because you want to make sure that you place the material exactly how far you want the card to show above it. And then once you do that, you remove the card and you wrap it around the piece of the piece of cardstock that I put in there. And then you put glue on both sides that are hanging on the outside of the card. Make sure you put enough glue so that it stays nice and tight. And then when you do wrap it around, make sure you pull it taut so that it's not too loose in the front and it doesn't make your stuff fall out. Just hold it there for a second to make sure the glue has enough tack. You will have to dry it for 24 hours, but just so that it doesn't come apart when you lift it. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time how I did this. As you can see, the card goes in, and the glue that I put on the bottom stops it from going in more. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one more time how I did it. And I put the card where I want it to be underneath the other one, and then make sure it's nice and straight, and put another bead of glue underneath the card, because that's where it's going to stop. It's not going to keep going down any lower. Then I put my fabric on top of the card where I want it to, how far of the card I want to show. And then I wrap it around it. Make sure you put glue. I only put it on the edges because it doesn't need to be the whole thing, just on the edges so that it stays. Make sure you press down hard and hold it for a second or two so that it doesn't come off when you turn it. There you have 2 of them. And I'm going to show you how to do all 3 of them, the rest of them. And then this is the last one. The last one I just put it right at the bottom, and then I just fold my fabric on at the top, and then I don't put any bead of glue at the bottom. I just wrap it all the way around the bottom of the card. And then this just makes it super flat. It's not bulky because there's no seams in the front other than the one at the very top of the card. And then you just wrap everything around it. I should have cut the corners off, but I didn't, because then that would make it a little bit thicker, but this material is pretty thick. And then I just put glue on top of where the folds are, and then you just fold it over, and then the card's going to stop right at the edge of the bottom. As you can see right here, it was sticking out a little bit, so I just went in and pushed it in a little, and then it doesn't show on the sides. And there you go. That's how the wallet insert was, where the cards go, was made. And you see how in the back it has all those pieces? I didn't like that, so because that's going to be another pocket behind it. So what I did is I put a piece of black material to cover all those pieces up, and that made it smooth. Here you go. See, there's a black material around in the back, and then as you can see, there's 5 card slots right there. And that's how deep they go. They don't go any deeper because we put the bead of glue on it. And then there's the very last one. And then so that I stuck it to the book. And here's where I'm inserting the zipper. I put it first on the material, that's going to be the pocket. Then I put the book on it. And you can see I used some clips. Then when that was drying, I put the flap over it. And then I put the clips all over it so that it can dry. And I let it dry, like I said, for 24 hours. Because I wanted it to make sure that it was super dry. Plus the glue recommendations is 24 hours. Here's the finished piece. As you can see, I've already loaded some stuff on there. And here's one missing card. There you go. As you can see, it holds 5. It has 5 card slots. Here's behind the card slots. There's a pocket. Then behind that, there's a full-size pocket that's 4 by 6. And there you go. See, it's pretty deep. I changed the pockets to black because it was too busy. There was too much pattern on it. So I changed the pockets to black and didn't end up using the one that I originally made. But there you go. And it's all glued. There's no sewing involved. And this glue is really good. If it stretches with the fabric, and it's really good. It doesn't come apart. And there you go. It's pretty thin. It's light. I think it came out really good. As you can see, there's a big pocket in the back. I can fit these stamps in there. And then there's another pocket right above that one behind the cards. And then there's a zipper pocket. And I really like it. It's nice and thin, and it works really good. I'm going to put it in my TN so you guys can see what it looks like once it's inserted. See, it fit perfectly. The size was perfect. So make sure when you do your measurements that you do it so that it fits your TN perfectly. And there you go. Well, I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I will definitely answer. Okay, everyone. God bless. Hope you liked it. Hit like if you like it.